Hey guys, I actually noticed that the gameplay screen actually has some stuff cut off. I didn't realize that until after I was done recording, so unfortunately this is going to be here until the end of the next episode. So once episode 8 comes out, the problem should be fixed. Sorry about that. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our worst team for Pokemon Red and Blue run. Last time we, I believe, defeated Misty and we went down the route to get to Vermilion. I haven't recorded in like 2 weeks, so I kind of forgot where we left off at. All I know is that we're in Vermilion City, and I'm recording this about 2 days before it goes up on Friday the 29th, so yeah. Anyway though, I've actually been reading your guys' comments quite a bit, and you guys seem to be really enjoying the series. Some of you guys also pointed out that all I really need for Paris is Spore and Slash, and I can't argue against that. You're absolutely correct. Now, one thing that I realized, I did a little bit of experimentation. Before, I forgot that I need Cut in order for me to go back and do the whole thing in the Mount Moon, so I actually have to head onto the SSN and go grab the Body Slam TM for Wigglytuff, get the Cut HM. After I get Cut, then we'll head back into Mountain Moon. I'll just cut to me going to Mountain Moon, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And then we actually have to... Did I get Ducks? I did get Ducks. Okay, cool. I did not think that I got Ducks yet, but... Huh, I forgot that we actually captured you guys last time too, and I need to level you guys up, don't I? Yeah, I do. I have to switch train you guys by quite a bit, actually. They might actually be pretty strong as they get more levels too, because especially if we're just relying on the special stat for Generation 1. You know what? Ducks may actually not even be all that bad either, especially when you have, like, Slash and whatnot. But, I mean, this is the worst team after all, so I guess we will see how things kind of roll. But I guess to kind of kick this episode off, I mean, I don't really have anything that I wanted to talk about. I kind of just came in here off the dome of my head, you know, not really knowing what to expect. But I guess I can acknowledge that... This is actually after I recorded my DLC content. And so pretty much the stuff that I mentioned in that one vid, you know, I was excited for the DLC. I actually mentioned that, I think, in part 2 of this walkthrough. I definitely was excited for the DLC. I was excited for it. I played it. I enjoyed it. Definitely were some bugs. And I think that a lot of people, you know, are upset by it. I mean, I kind of am too, but I mean, just because, you know, like, we have all these bugs and stuff like that, doesn't mean that I necessarily, like, didn't enjoy it, because I did. I actually was going through on the Mystic Umbreon channel last night, and I noticed on the feed, because you know, like how when you're like on your YouTube account, you go through and you see a bunch of like community posts. You're recommended, I guess is like how I should have put it. But on there, I was noticing that the Nintendo of America put out that they're actually going to be releasing the DLC bundle in a physical cartridge. And boy, oh boy, I was just curious. I went through those comments, and those people were just roasting the ever-living crap out of Scarlet and Violet, and I'm going just like, damn, like y'all are pissed, and it's just like, I get it though, like I really do get it. I mean, with me, it's like, I definitely share their, okay, are you serious? Are we really gonna do this again? Okay, good. Just making sure. Anyway, yeah, I share their sentiment in a lot of ways. I get why they're mad. I get why, heck, some of you guys might have actually been some of those commenters. And yeah, like, I really do get it. When you have games that have all these bugs, and it's the biggest media franchise on the entire planet, and you're getting all these issues, and, you know, like, it's very disappointing. But you know, like I say, I don't let those things necessarily impact the way how I view and play the Pokemon games. Like graphics and performance issues, yes, they matter to me, but not to the extent of like where some of these guys, or bother them. But I get why. We need better Pokemon games. They're just not the same as they used to be. And I'm actually right now, I actually got a Steam Deck recently, and I've been emulating I emulate, big bad PokeTuber. Yeah, I emulate my games, and like, I'm not afraid to say it. You know, when some games, like for example, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance are $400, you think I'm gonna go out and spend $400 on a physical copy? You bet your ass I'm not. And I mean, it's just not necessarily like, like with the Switch per se. I don't emulate my games on the Switch. Like, I like my Switch. I like playing games on my Switch. And I also like playing games on my 3DS. But I don't know, like randomizing, homebrewing your 3DS console, all that shit just sounds tedious to me. And I emulated an X, was it a Y? Yeah, it was a Pokemon Y randomizer on my Steam Deck, and I've been replaying it again, and the randomizer's been great. If you guys actually would like to see me, this is actually the first time in all my years of content creation that I finally learned how to use Citra, which means on this channel, you guys can actually expect some Gen 6 or Gen 7 runs, which I'm definitely open to doing. I actually kind of feel like doing an Alpha Sapphire randomizer hardcore Nuzlocke at some point in the future, but I'll think about that for later when we're done with this. But anyway, I was playing through my copy of Y, and like I was having a complete blast. You know, like I badmouth Pokemon X and Y a lot sometimes, but I gotta say, you guys, the story might be stale. The rivals might be stale. The characters, I mean, Diantha is an okay champion. I don't hate the living crap out of her. But X and Y, it's like I actually had a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun, I should say, replaying through them again. X and Y really was the start of 3D Pokemon, and it actually still kept like a lot of that what really makes a Pokemon game stand out to me. You know what I mean? I don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon for the story. I mean, like, look at Pokemon Black and White are some of my favorite games. Even though I love Pokemon Black and White, I wouldn't put them in like my top 3. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I would. I'd put Black and White 2 in my top 3. Even Pokemon Sun and Moon, where I don't deem like the top, but I would put them in like the B rank. Sun and Moon had a really fun story. The issue with Pokemon Sun and Moon is the aspect of I can't fast forward through the dialogue and the cutscenes. Now, since I have Citra, and I can fast forward it as far as I know, I am actually willing to replay Alola again, because I can. The one thing that drove me nuts about Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra were the cutscenes. It's just like I couldn't fast forward through all the damn, like, there's too much dialogue. These guys are going blah 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 blah, and it's like, the first time I play the game, I'm fine with that, more or less. And I get down to a state of where I enjoyed the story, but with all that dialogue, I'm thinking in my head, I'm only going to be able to replay this maybe not ever, maybe even once. But now, since I have Citra, I can actually make that happen, being able to like fast forward and whatnot. But X and Y, sorry, I'm going on one moment, a little rants again. With X and Y, yeah, the story might not be great, the rivals might suck. I think we can all agree the X and Y rivals suck. I mean, Sean is cool. Tierno is a dancer. I will admit, I think Trevor's kind of a dork, but I mean, he's still cool. He likes to complete the decks. There's just something about that bowl cut haircut, dude. Like, it's just something about that haircut. But I mean, they're not as bad as Trace. Trace just sucks. Like, bottom line, like, I just do not like Trace. But with X and Y, like, I really enjoyed the replayability. I really enjoyed all the Pokemon available to use. There was a lot of really dope stuff, and I mean, like, the OST was great. I could there are horde encounters. Obviously mega evolutions came out. I will admit that X and Y was a breeze. I literally had zero difficulty when I played X and Y for the first time. I mean, you get a free Mega Lucario, which is basically like an uberly busted Pokemon, especially for an in-game perspective. They really, really were like probably the easiest games like in the entire franchise. I acknowledge that. But just because they're easy doesn't mean that you can't have fun with them. And even in like some ways, like what made the experience share good actually was the aspect of being able to, you know, capture multiple Pokemon and, you know, the decks being so diversified. I actually am inclined to think that maybe why they put the experience share in there the way that it is so that people can experiment with the vast majority of mons that are available within the games. And I think that's fine. However, I do share the sentiment that you should have been able to turn off the experience share, because not being able to turn it off was very, very annoying. And the level curve in that game, I hate to say it, the champion and the Elite Four members were kind of a walk in the park. Like, I had zero difficulty going up against Seable, these like, yes, water type Pokemon. Oh man, Malva. Yeah, Malva's still one of my favorite Elite Four members for sure. And then the X and Y theme for the Elite Four battles is dope too. X and Y had really, really great Pokemon to use, and just I enjoyed the visuals. You know, for the first game that came out for the Nintendo 3DS that was Pokemon related, I really, really did enjoy them. They were a blast, and I remember like I heavily looked forward to playing through Pokemon X and Y when they dropped in 2013. I mean, during that time, I actually was playing Pokemon Black and White 2 until Christmas time because my broke ass couldn't even afford a 3DS. Thank God my mom got it for me. I remember I actually bought, so I couldn't afford a 3DS, but I could afford to buy Pokemon Y. I bought Pokemon Y, and I remember I kept it in my room for like 3.5 months. So I got it on the first day, but I didn't get my 3DS until Christmas time. And I need to be careful of, actually no, I'm fine. Can I beat you with Pound? If you kill me with Sonic Boom, I'm done for. But yeah, I got my 3DS for Christmas. I remember I played it like the moment I got it. I'm like, yes, I was so stoked. I was so excited. Pokemon X and Y honestly were, in my opinion, I know I said that Pokemon Black and White 2 were like really like the last time I enjoyed a Pokemon game. I gotta actually kind of retract my statement there. Pokemon X and Y were. They still had that Pokemon feel to them. It's like it's like linear. You go through the games regularly. Bosses, evil teams. It's just the standard vanilla format for the way how a Pokemon game works. And I really hope that Game Freak, you know, can go back to that original root of how Pokemon was. Even as, you know, like I said before, like how much I love Scarlet and Violet, I'm honestly inclined to put them, they were more like in my top 3 favorite gens before. Now I kind of want to put them in the middle. And I put them in the middle because of specifically Area Zero. Area Zero actually played a big part as to why I like Scarlet and Violet the way I do. Other than that, the story, it was alright. I really enjoyed Team Star. I liked all the members, like I mentioned in a couple videos past. I liked Penny. Nimona is alright. Arvin was probably, you know, my favorite of the 3. And just the fact that all that dark stuff happened to Sada or Turo, depending on what game you played. And I will admit one thing about the DLC. I am, you know, definitely excited to learn more about, I already forget the person's name, who takes you to Kitsukami. Oh man, I already forgot her name. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below. If I remember, as I record this video, I'll definitely, say it, but she was Heath's, descendant, and it's just, I'm curious to know, you know, what she's gonna wind up doing with, the DLC and the Indigo Disc. It's honestly kind of hype, you know? And I mean, it definitely is exciting, I will admit that, but I mean, it's just not the same as you know, playing an older Pokemon game in the same linear based format. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but man, I sure the hell can. It's just, you know, when you go through games and you replay them again and you get like a little nostalgia trip, you're like, damn, like I wish Pokemon were still the same way as it used to. And, you know, I kind of hope that they go back to that same exact route. Will they? You know, I really don't know. It's like, will they ever go back? And I guess we'll find out. Slipper actually, fun guy, actually took it out. Good job. But yeah, will we ever go back to those standard games? I have no idea. And it's like, though I'm not like, you know, like a humongous fan, you know, of you know, commenting like, you know, mean, particularly really harsh things on, you know, the Nintendo of America's post, you know, when it came to Scarlet and Violet's bundle release. Regardless of the tone of how some of those comments were made, those commenters were right and they have every right to be upset. It's like I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to gameplay and performance, Scarlet and Violet were mediocre. As blunt and as mean as that sounds, they were. They kind of were. I mean, we're on a next gen. I mean, like the Switch isn't like, you know, like the greatest, but I mean, it's just, this thing has Nintendo GameCube graphics. And like I said, graphics really don't matter that much, like, to me. Like, it doesn't, like, I still put Scarlet and Violet, like, at my midpoint if I have, like, a tier list to do. And that's really annoying, by the way, that, the wrap and the poison attack. Can I break through, or are you going to be a pain in the ass? Okay, can you kick it out? Okay, I fainted, good. But anyways, like I was saying, yeah, like those commenters have every right to be upset, and I mean, like, I'm upset too. I mean, like, it's just, while I did particularly like them, the fact of the matter is I was still disappointed by the way how the games performed, and in a sense, well, yeah, like the graphics and whatnot, it's like, it's a step up from Pokemon Sword and Shield, and even in some cases, Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I think I actually like Legends Arceus a tad more than I do Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You wouldn't have heard me saying that a couple months ago, but, you know, did you faint? You fainted. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, as, you know, like a few months ago, I did say I like Scarlet and Violet more. I actually kind of changed my mind about that, so. But, you know, when it comes down to it, it really does just, it comes down to crunch time, not giving them enough deadlines. It really is the Pokemon Company's fault. And, you know, I also just think that, you know, Game Freak, from what I know, just doesn't really care. I mean, like, I feel like that, you know, they care to some extent. I mean, Pokemon is Masuda's baby. He came up with the concept in like the late 90s. I think Nintendo rejected it, and then they accepted it eventually, etc. I don't really know, like, the entire, like, full-blown history. I know PokeTuber doesn't know the core history of his main franchise he makes content on. Yeah, we are. But I just feel that in a lot of cases, you know, they're working on, you know, other projects outside of Pokemon, and they just put a game out to put the game out, and it's just not the same love anymore. It's like, you know, maybe you guys should hire another company. Maybe you guys should hire more employees. And it's just, bottom line, you really, like, the quality of the game should be a lot better. Like, they have, even with the patches and the updates that came out, they just weren't, like, they didn't really fix a lot of the underlying issues. And really, it sucks because it's Pokemon, you know? Like, I look forward to the games coming out, and I mean, I did look forward to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but at the same time, there was a part of me that kind of was expecting it, you know, my reaction to be like Pokemon Sword and Shield. But of course, you know, it wasn't, and like I said before, I did have a little bit of fun playing it. Or you know what, not even a little bit of fun, I did have fun playing it. I did. But, you know, the games just need to be fixed, and in a lot of ways, they're half-assed to what the game could really be. And it's just, you know, people are like, yeah, you know, people complain too much. It's like, do they really complain too much when the games are coming out like the way how they've been coming out, I honestly don't blame fans for getting pissed off the way that they do. Like, it really just is not, like, the games could just honestly be so much better. I forgot the cry chop is normal in this gen crap. A bad experience. I need to go heal up real fast. Rather, so you guys don't have to see that, though, I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center, and we'll heal up after this match, and I'm basically just gonna go cut, so I don't waste any more time. Okay, I'm just gonna make a real quick note on this piece of paper to go and cut. Okay, I'm back. So I actually went to the other direction of the ship because I want to go get my hands on Body Slam. I forget what room Body Slam is in, but I know it's somewhere around here. Anyways, I was talking about Scarlet and Violet, and yeah, no, like, the game quality is just like not as good as it should be. And it's really disappointing, you know, when we have the biggest media franchise literally on the entire planet still making kind of half-ass stuff, and you know, it's very disappointing. And you don't have to agree with me at all, just know that these problems exist and Pokemon could be and needs to be doing better. But regardless, like, their Pokemon games are gonna sell, people are gonna buy them, I'm still gonna buy them regardless anyways. So, I mean, it's just the way how it's gonna be. I know I've talked about this before, like, in a couple videos, but I mean, it really is just like a topic that I'm passionate about, you know, about talking about. And I mean, it's something, you know, that needs to be said, and I think in some aspects, I hope Gen 10 gets better, and what was I going at? I was more so saying, in some aspects, more people should be talking about it rather than just, you know, blindly buying them. And there are some people out there that definitely do buy it. That's bad. It's Team 44 Body Slam, Team 04. You are Whirlwind. I forgot I picked you up on the boat. I think Team 44 is Body Slam. Rest, actually, no. Okay, please, is Body Slam here? Where is Body Slam? Is Body Slam even on this part of the boat? I thought Body Slam was on the SSN. No, I didn't battle him. Man, where is Body Slam? Am I missing something? I'm gonna fast forward to this, don't mind me, you guys. Yeah, I'm really just trying to find that Body Slam team. I usually don't fast forward through battles, but I'm really trying to get through this part so I can go grab the Body Slam TM. And you are incredibly annoying. At least Drowsy got confusion though. I also need to go pick up more potions while I'm at it. Yeah, wow. I'm gonna look up where to find Body Slam. I'll be right back. I may as well just go heal while I'm at it as well. Okay, so I actually found out that the Body Slam TM is actually... Was it here or the next one? Yeah, that one right there. It's actually below that kid. So I think what happened was I got confused with Brick Break and Fire Red and Leaf Green because Brick Break and Fire Red and Leaf Green was in that usual spot. So that's where I got confused at. I think I've been talking about Scarlet and Violet more or less enough for this, so I definitely will say the next time that I do a ranking of all the games from worst to best, which I know I'm definitely going to be doing very soon, maybe in the holiday season, expect that list to change a lot. I'll say it right now, Sword and Shield are definitely going to be on the worst. And then I'm also just gonna have, like, you know, like some people and whatnot like go over it. I mean, there are a lot of things that I can say about the way, like, you know, how my view of Pokemon has changed, like, for the better, and I mean, and in some kind of ways, like, you know, the worst, because, you know, I used to love, you know, games like, I mean, I'm starting to become more of a Gen 2, not necessarily a hater, but I mean, after playing Gen 2 and, you know, making teams for all these years, like, those level up, are you gonna kill me? Yeah, okay, you actually got confused. But I will say, like, you know, those level curves and the Pokemon available, Gen 2 kind of turns me off. And like, I mean, I still am like, you know, we'll do like a Heart Gold and Soul Silver run on this channel, like eventually. But I mean, just when you have a lot of these flaws in your games, and you know, you love them because as a kid, you just love the prospect of adventure, getting a Pokemon, capturing it, beating all the bad guys. Like, I kind of view Gen 2 like as I do Generation 6 in some ways. Not quite on the easy aspect of it, but definitely more so on the adventure prospect of it. It's like you get in, it's like your typical linear Pokemon experience. Beautiful scenery, great OST. X and Y obviously had a lot more Pokemon available to use, whereas Gen 2 kind of locked things around. But in some cases, X and Y had the level curve issue. Except with X and Y, your Pokemon were too high, and in Pokemon Gold and Silver, your Pokemon were too low. So that's another thing, you know, that I take into consideration, you know, of why I don't really like Gen 2 as much as I used to. And rather than me put it on, like, you know, a pedestal, you know, I think, you know, with my next video of like the you know, ranking the games from worst to best, I have a feeling like, you know, more people might actually agree with some of my takes. Now, me placing Scarlet and Violet at mid, a lot of people probably might disagree with that. Some people might be on board with it. But I think, like, you know, by me putting Scarlet and Violet in the middle, I actually can get sympathy kind of from both sides. The people that don't like Scarlet and Violet and the people that do. Acknowledging their flaws while also, you know, acknowledging, like, you know, the parts of the story and stuff that I legitimately, like, enjoyed. As far as games that are on the top, well, you guys are just going to have to, you guys will find out about that momentarily. I forgot, in this game, I actually have no way of healing myself. I do, but like, I have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center. In Gen 2, you can actually heal yourself on the boat. And there's no antidotes here. Are you serious? That is so annoying. I'm not going to cut since we're already here at this point in time. But yeah, Gen 2 and my just entire list of, you know, what I thought Pokemon games were, and, you know, this, like, the ideas and, you know, what I used to think were great, I've changed a lot, you know, and Pokemon is not the same as it used to be, and it's disappointing to me, but at the same time, I still love it. I'm not saying that the games have, you know, turned me off from content creation, because, I mean, I can still go back and play the older games and still have, like, you know, various pieces of content to do on them. I mean, hence what we're doing right now with the worst team. I would like to eventually go through all these games. I think the next one I want to play is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't really want to do these games in order. I'm like, I could play Gold and Silver, but, I mean, yeah, I don't know, maybe I will play Pokemon Gold and Silver. Just, I've just played Gold and Silver like so many times. It's just, dude, do I really like want to play him again? And Heart Gold and Soul Silver is just, I feel like it's more fun because Pokemon follow you around. The physical special split exists, and Pokemon movesets did improve, like, to a degree. I'd say the one thing I dislike about Heart Gold and Soul Silver the most is definitely the prospect of not being able to get Togekiss until post-game, which really ticked me off. That's, you know, that comment that guy made just freaks me out every time I come down here. I don't know how this got away with being a thing in 1998 when this game dropped, but yeah, that's definitely kind of weird, bud. That's all I'm gonna say about that comment. But I guess, you know, Pokemon kind of peaked, I guess, in Pokemon Black and White too, you know, is what I said the last time, but I don't know, in some cases it might have actually been Pokemon X and Y. You know, there's just a lot of things, you know, that Pokemon can do different, and in some ways, you know, they still can do things different. Will they? I highly doubt it. I don't really see Pokemon changing for the future. I mean, why improve the games when you can literally just produce something and, you know, you get... It's kind of like COD. It's like, you know, it's like a hit or miss. It's either good or it's really, really bad. Like, I played Modern Warfare 2. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. But I didn't enjoy really any COD games before that, like Advanced Warfare. Like, I didn't really, like, enjoy those sets of COD. You know, maybe other people might enjoy those CODs. I personally didn't. COD's not even a game I really play all the time, to be fair to myself as well. But it really just comes down to, you know, you release a game every single year, and for the past couple of games, they've been a buggy mess, and I'm kind of in the same boat with all these commenters. Like, it's just getting really, really irritating, you know, to deal with, and it kind of sucks. It's like, you know, like at this point in time, it's like, you know, we're giving them the okay to release unfinished games, and it's like, you know, rather than speak with your words and on comment posts, so if there really, really is a big enough community to get behind this, simply don't buy the games. Your actions speak louder than your words. Show Pokemon you want better games by not buying their products. Money is how they're motivated. Greed is how they're motivated. Don't give them the power. That's literally all you have to do. It's like when it comes to a bully, for example. I know this is kind of a... I don't know. Is it a bad example? You don't give them the power, they have less control. This is the same exact thing when it comes to a video game and you being the consumer. You know, you don't give them the power, maybe they'll start listening. They listen with their... They don't want to listen because they make their money. Money makes the world go round. Pokemon's the biggest media franchise on the entire planet. Why put in extra effort when they can just put in less effort and make the same amount of money, if not more? Scarlet and Violet, from what I know, actually sold a lot of copies. I don't know if they're as popular as Red and Blue, but from what I can remember, I know that I think they sold more copies than Sword and Shield did on their first week of release. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that, and definitely let me know in the comment section below if I am wrong. But, you know, you keep on releasing all these unreleased games, and even as a content creator, I mean, like, I'm getting kind of burned out of seeing this, and I hope that with Legends Kyurem, if those are the next set of games that do come out, I hope that that they're better. I like Legends Arceus, but I mean, they're still a buggy mess. I hope that we can just get better quality games. I mean, I hope that that's not too much to ask for, but will Game Freak listen? But I mean, you know what? I can talk about my my thoughts and opinions about it all I want. Will they listen? Hell, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I think I've been ranting for too long, though, and this video needs to come to an end. And in the next episode, we're going to be taking on Blue. I'm going to... Actually, what's this? Is this... that's Max Ether, cool. Actually, before I end off, I am going to real quickly teach Body Slam to... I'll teach it to Jerry. And then I can teach Diva Mega Punch. I'll get rid of Hyper Fang on Jerry. And now we at least have some more powerful normal stabbing. Now we also have the ability to potentially paralyze a foe as well. Do you? No, you don't battle me. Before I end though, I'm actually going to see if there's like one more trainer I can battle real fast. I think, yeah, we actually battle you. So in the next episode, I'm going to battle these set of trainers. We're going to go battle Blue, grab the Cut HM. I'm going to go hopefully beat Lieutenant Surge. And then we're going to go grab the Mega Punch TM and Mount Moon, and yeah. Anyways, there you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys appreciated my rants, and I'll see you guys soon.